David Bowie was one of the best rock musicians of his time, bagging 6 Grammys, 4 Brit Awards, and hundreds of millions in record sales. He led an illustrious career marked by a series of reinventions, ranging from his appearance to his persona and the content of his music, earning him the nickname Chameleon of Rock. Beyond his constant musical transformations, Bowie's work did not shy away from reflecting his fascination and criticism of the United States. His view was mainly shaped by media and encounters with America, tracing back to the 1960s with references to New York in his work, Did You Ever Have a Dream? In the 1970s, Bowie took advantage of his American tour to set up his residence in New York, but it didn't take him long to cast his gaze at the thriving city of Los Angeles. Fascinated by the imagery this city reflected, from its previous existence as a factory town to the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, Bowie had found his next source of inspiration. He put his wife to the task of finding them a home in the City of Angels. They would have lived in the house previously owned by Gypsy Rose Lee, an Art Deco home on a sprawling 6-acre lot. But during the viewing, Bowie spotted a hexagram painted in a circular room, a sign to Bowie that this house was a venue for occult practices. Bowie was not about to live in the home, prompting his wife to find another property that became their first LA home. David's first home in LA was 637 North Doheny Drive in Beverly Hills. They rented the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom single-family home and would live there for a few weeks. The home, which currently has an estimated market value of $3.7 million, sits on a lot of about 6,996 square feet. The home was first built in 1945 in a contemporary architectural style featuring a stucco exterior with wood shake roofing. Inside the house are 7 rooms with a total living space of 2,275 square feet. The home also features a 2-car garage. Bowie kept his home private, but his LA residence is known to have been the site of his cocaine-fueled addiction. He began dabbling in drugs in 1973, and by 1974 he had intensified his drug usage to the point it was taking a toll on his physical appearance and fueling his drug-induced anger and paranoia. Inside his rented Beverly Hills home was a pool that would become a notable part of Bowie's short-lived stay in the house. While living there, Bowie claimed that the pool was haunted, and his wife would later say Bowie claimed that the pool was indeed Satan's residence, and he had once seen him rising out of the pool. In an attempt to rid the house of this evil presence, Bowie would conduct an exorcism. But Bowie wasn't ready to work with priests from the local Greek Orthodox Church. Instead, he took the DIY approach, purchasing Hollywood's top occult manuals of the time and other paraphernalia he needed for the exorcism. Amidst his chants and sniffs of cocaine, Bowie started his ritual, and according to his wife, at a certain point in the ritual, the pool began to bubble. It bubbled vigorously, perhaps thrashed is a better term, in a manner inconsistent with any explanation involving air filters or the like. By the end of the ritual, all that was left in the pool was a shadow or stain that never went away until the couple moved out of their home shortly after. Whether this was part of his cocaine-fueled paranoia, insomnia, or a mix of his fascination with the occult and the paranormal, Bowie's wife would state her discomfort living in the house. In later accounts, Bowie would confess to being glad to have eventually moved out of their Beverly Hills residence. For Angie, moving from the house was a welcome relief, as she had found it inadequate for her young family. The couple shared the house with their son and his nanny. After their residence in the haunted estate, Bowie and his wife rented the property on 1349 Stone Canyon Road, another single-family residence, but this time with more rooms and space for the couple. The house was a rustic marvel built in 1954, featuring rustic elements and stucco exterior walls. Inside the house provided a living space of 3,046 square feet spread out over 2 stories. The house had a total of 8 rooms, including 4 bedrooms, each with a bathroom. The house sits on a 0.66-acre lot and features a pool and a detached garage. While he maintained the same drug-infused lifestyle in both of these residences, he was also busy working on his album, Young Americans, which was released to a positive response. Fame, a single from the album, went on to become a commercial success in the US and UK. He also began working on the drama film, The Man Who Fell to Earth, for which he won the Best Actor award in the 1977 Saturn Awards. By the time 1976 came around, Bowie was tired of living his life of indulgence and debauchery in Los Angeles. He wanted a new start, so he packed up and left for Berlin to break free from his drug addiction. By Bowie's own account, his time in Los Angeles was one of the darkest times of his life. While his US tour in California began on a positive note, the availability of cocaine, The low awareness of its impact on the body and his addictive personality made him vulnerable to his drug-fueled life. Although he spent a total of 10 months in Los Angeles, they became a pivotal time in his life. Career-wise, he made major strides in recording iconic hits and also kick-started his acting career, which was a major reason he was in the city in the first place. Like everyone who lands in Los Angeles with the dream of making it big in the movie business, Bowie was ready to cut ties with his rock career. But things were not working out as he had anticipated. First was the struggle to navigate a city that was much different from either London or New York. Although he had dreams of being a versatile artist, scriptwriter, and film director, his dream never took off the ground. Fortunately for him, he kept up his songwriting, which culminated in the album Station to Station. His movie star goals were not the only reason behind his move to LA. He wanted to experience a life of debauchery away from his wife and often brought home his affair partners. In later interviews, Bowie would admit to being incredibly promiscuous before and during his first marriage. His personal life was also in shambles. In a tell-all memoir by his first wife, Angie Bowie, their life in LA was marked with indulgent cocaine consumption that would culminate in an addiction. He never made it big in Hollywood, but he did start a new journey towards freeing himself from his addiction, a journey he kept at over the next several years. He left Los Angeles in August 1976 and never lived in the city again. Although Los Angeles had tainted Bowie's view of America, he would return to the country after a decade-long stint in Europe. He returned to New York with his second wife, Imani, a Somalia-American model. He made this move to honor his wife's request. Together, they moved into the 9th floor apartment in Essex Street Hotel. They lived there until 1999 when they bought a penthouse condo on 285 Lafayette Street. The condo was located in an apartment complex first built in 1886, then converted into a luxury apartment complex in 1999. Bowie bought the condo while it was still in construction, requesting a combined upstairs-downstairs apartment. He paid about $3.8 million for a total of 5,300 square feet of living space. The condo consists of 4 bedrooms and 4 baths, including a large master suite. The master suite features more than 1,000 square feet of living space, with a fireplace, an oversized bath, and a dressing room. The master suite also opens to one of 3 terraces in the condo. In addition to the master suite, the condo features 3 other bedrooms and bathrooms, a library, and a formal dining area. The condo also features direct elevator access from the ground floor. Bowie lived in the condo with his wife and daughter until he died in 2016 from liver cancer, an ailment that had remained unknown to the public until his death. 2 days before he died, Bowie released his final work and the 26th studio album Black Star. While David Bowie called LA home for barely a year, it had a great impact on his life, including his perception of the US, his growing drug addiction and declining mental health, and the beginning of the decay in his relationship with his first wife. Thank you for watching, and let us know your favorite David Bowie tracks. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more celebrity home content.